6-year-old Radisha trudged into the schoolyard 2 years ago, in weather so cold his lips were blue. The boy was wearing threadbare shoes and no socks. He looked up, broke into a big smile and announced, "Teacher, I did my homework." The teacher was Rada Jezdic, 3 times voted the best primary school teacher in Serbia. He was sent here to rural western Serbia to teach a mere 8 students. Yet in the mountaintop village of Alin Potok, he has met his biggest challenges and realized his greatest triumphs. His students come from the worst imaginable family backgrounds: alcohol, mental problems, and abject poverty. They only get to school because Jezdic drives 110 kilometers a day, picking them up and dropping them off. The better off students in the community go to schools in other villages. Life is hard and unfair here. Years of industrialization drew the young people away to the cities. Villages are populated mostly by the elderly. Local milk, cheese, and smoked meats are perhaps the best in the country, but imports are half the price. The school at Alin Potok once served 250 local children. It was the pride of the community when locals built it themselves in 1952. When Jezdic arrived 3 years ago, it looked abandoned. He made repairs himself while teaching, clothing the children, and hiring a cleaner and cook with his own money. In the typical rural classroom in the Balkans, windows are broken and students sit during lessons in their winter coats. At Alin Potok, the school still looks abandoned, but only from 3 sides. Round a corner, and there's a section with new windows, new doors, and inside, happy children. They are focused on their lessons in warm, cozy, and healthy classrooms, steeped in generous portions of encouragement and affirmation. The renovations are the community's response to Jezdic's sacrifices and devotion to the children. Vladan Dabic is a former professional footballer who lost a leg and his career years ago in a car accident. Now a farmer and a carpenter, people say he has golden hands. He can craft anything. He crafted a €3,000 Happy Child grant when Jezdic proposed school improvements. The money bought building materials and a computer. The community donated the labor. Dabic is well respected here. Locals chose him to sit on the 3-person village council that screens all Agro-Invest loan applications and Happy Child proposals. Inspired by their teacher's example, enabled by 240 active loans in the area, and fueled by their own drive, Dabic and the community have a bold idea to take the school renovations a step further. They are proposing the government renovate the entire school to receive children from orphanages in the summer and school classes on nature trips in the winter. The attraction of the area? The mountains around Alin Potok are famous throughout Serbia for their beauty and healthy environment. The Ministry of Culture and Education would run the center, serving children and creating local jobs. People should see the shine in the eyes of these children every morning as they greet their teacher. We can use his example to revive this sleepy village and help more children, Dabic told me. Rada Jezdic's classroom buzzes with a special energy. Academics are rigorous, but singing, dancing, and poetry readings can break out at any moment, all of it transpiring in an environment of praise. The children are gentle and supportive of one another, quick to help and draw attention to each other instead of themselves. Jezdic says there isn't much positive about their home lives. Their families live in survival mode. Someone said 3 students sleep on the ground, and I replied, "You mean the floor?" Turns out it's both. The floor in their farmhouse is bare earth. Several girls, 8 and 9 years, cook all the meals for their families. To counter these harsh realities, Yezdich has made affirmation and encouragement the pillars of life in his classroom. Each child knows it stands out in some way. Radisha is an excellent math student. He may be a genius, says his teacher. At 6, he is solving problems meant for a 10-year-old. Alexa is 11 and diagnosed with schizophrenia. He attends class only 90 minutes a day. Another school gave up on him, but under Yezdich's tutelage, his parents say he is making progress. Darko wants to become a judge one day, a fair and just judge, he says. Has he ever heard of King Solomon in the Bible, or the story of the 2 women claiming the same baby? No, he says. Why do you think Solomon suggested cutting the baby in 2? Because the real mother would deny herself to save her child's life, replied Darko, already revealing a wisdom adults would envy. Yet Darko quietly deflects praise with a question. Would you like to hear my friend read? He is very good. These anecdotal measurements of success are nice, but there is one more, both special and humorous for any grown-up kid who remembers counting the days until the summer school break. On the last day of school last year, many of the students were crying. What's wrong? Yezdich asked. They didn't want to take the summer off, they explained. They wanted to stay and learn.
Bravo, Bravo.